was a lot of luck, because along the way they got all these traps to make you mean, mad, right? All these tenders, all these cutie pies, all these Negro women, all these white women, every kind of, any kind of woman, they got them coming in. And you miss them all. There's something wrong with this. No, it's not wrong. Ethics is the highest standard you can uphold. If you don't do nothing, and I'll close with this. Some of these, we talk about Holly Berry a lot. That Holly Berry down there. A lot of times, when I went to South Africa, they had a half Indian, half white woman that they had me staying with her. First it was Sister Bahia and I staying. Then later on, I'm staying there with her. Ain't nobody else staying with no woman. So I got enough sense to know, whatever this is, this ain't right here. We're not staying together, we're in the car riding all by ourselves. And she's not that bad, but they trying to, And then the people are telling you, you like her. Well, that same thing I was saying, they were saying about Holly Berry. The people in the background, you really like her. I said, like her? What are you talking about? I said, the woman calls me every day on the phone, every day, and got a husband. So what was the trick? The trick unfolds in this: the Negro has no clothes. So she was a double bait. A double bait. That means the nigger stands on ethics and morals. If we can get anything on him in ethics and morals, it's finished. He's finished. Everything is finished. Right? That's one thing. Don't have to be no whole lot of one slip. So, the biggest trap is if Abdul Malik marries Halle Berry, and then Halle Berry calls me every day to talk about anything. And I'm saying, your wife is calling me on the phone. I told Abdul Malik, you can ask him in words. I said, your wife is surreptitious. That's like a snake. I told him that. He looked like that. I said, well, I won't tell you no more about you, girl. Whatever it is, no decline or nothing else in moral character. Why? Because Islam prohibits that. Now, if it had been dunya, right? Dunya, they might have brought a girl by, hey girl, what's going on? Because it ain't.
We good.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is phase 2. I'm basically going to move toward a wrap-up. What we've been talking about today is designing the return to Oakland, designing what we call the spiritual invasion. Everything in Oakland relates to the rules of spirituality. We're saying clearly we are not going there with any based physical program. So if you hear of any physicality preceding the spiritual reality, then that's the system making that up. Okay, spiritual jihad means the same rules that apply to jihad. It's like psychological guerrilla warfare, same rules that goes for guerrilla warfare. So spiritual jihad is the highest level of struggle. but it's the highest of the highest level. Because usually when people are martyred in their fight, all their sins are forgiven except death. Death. Now, imagine spiritual jihad. That means that you or they, and I say we have the ability to take all of this and incorporate it in our life. That's what spiritual jihad means. I'll close with this. The white man does not give Negroes heroic jobs. Their job is usually to watch other Negroes, right? So it's not here that they hire you to be a hypocrite. That's what, right? You're a hired hypocrite. That's what they are. Okay, so, but now, the white man can back you, man. He can back them guys. I remember in California, Abdul-Malik was going down, what's her name? Abdul-Malik on Black History was giving so many lectures during Black History Month that he passed out. Of course, he knows nothing about Black history but what he read. He was not involved in any Black history. He was too young, right? He was 9 or 10 years old. When they came along, when the neighbor and all of them came along, the rebellion was over. All they did was a style, a long natural, them niggas were natural, boy, they was out here. But it was a style, right? It was a style. They still had the style of that and the language, but there was no substance left. Everybody was dead or in prison. Now, you gotta think, that's what they did to our people was not fair. But who expect the white man, the slaver, and all what he do to be fair, right?
Yep.
We don't expect him to be fair or just. We don't expect it. So we got to encircle him with things he cannot defeat. In any physical, I'm telling you, those people for the last few years, everything happened for a specific reason. The last physical attack was for a specific reason that now everybody can see. Our return to Oakland is a spiritual return. We passed all the tests. When they see that, that's why we stopped. We was passing out here, stop. We're going to put out a different. That thing was great, but it was great how? We're going to do a spiritual jihad. What proof that you have you can do a spiritual jihad? We got busted upside the head by a nigga that have girl potential. He has girl potential. Sissy, you know, sissy, I don't know. That's not mean. He can join us and be friends. But he's a sissy and so is Abdul Malik. They are sissies. Why? All of that power. They make you the famousest Negro in California. And then the next day you're on the back burner. Why? Because they put you there. They put you there. They give you all the tooth. Can you imagine? It's like Linda Southside. When they get tired of her, they put her on the back burner. Because she don't have nothing. It's theirs. The white man can have a $2 million march downtown day after tomorrow. And bust everybody and do right. He can do that.
Yep.
He can do that. Now, I'm not saying that they're trying to do that to me or us, but they're getting ready for something like that. You can see there's somebody here. Every time we feed people out there, there's somebody here pops up with a camera, a foreigner. Remember that the first time? Remember the first time? There's a guy there. I'm from the Holy Land. Sure, yeah. I'd like to take that and put it on something or other. Yesterday, same thing. Yeah, you gotta stay woke, everything. So they're already getting ready. When I say they're domesticated, they're trained. We getting ready to make a big splash. Everything is like that, legal, everything. I couldn't lose a case, I'd have to try to lose any of those cases in California. I'd have to go there and say, I'm just guilty. Guilty of what? Whatever you do, just write something down, I'm guilty. Right? The property they sold, they can't do it. The stuff is in the last trial. That's the last trials we had, that's only stuff was arranging for what they want to do this time. Right? Now, I'm not going to get into why I do it, because it takes time to figure that out. It does make a difference. Okay. All I know is we're not going bad under no circumstance. Going bad means we get 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars. Bump them niggas, that's it. We're not going to do anything like that. We're going to use everything the way it should be. And not only are we going to use now, you got to remember what they're doing all the time right now. They're trying to discourage any progress at all. The way they're doing it with me personally is, you might as well not build up anything because nobody wants it and they're all going to abuse it as soon as you go away. You're going to die and they're going to urinate it out. That's what they... Hey, I ain't going to be here. We're going to build a house across the street. We're going to build houses up there. We're going to do all the stuff we want to do. We're just getting started. And all the missteps they got hoping we make, because see, this is a big one for them. They say, all niggas go bad. If we get too much fame, we'll give them tons of fame, tons of money, and we'll have him on TV every day, and then he'll get discouraged because he'll be doing all that talking. That's what they think. That we'll do like Martin Luther King now, they're giving all those speeches. See, when you're giving all those speeches to the public, it's different than the way we do. You get all of that hopes up and everything, and then you get in the dumps because nobody's listening.
Wow.
No, they do a lot of stuff. No, they got, look, the white man is pretty devious. I mean, he don't miss nothing. That's why you can't sleep. You have to sleep with one eye open, but probably just closed being asleep with both of them on. You have to keep your eye on the white man. You have to.
I just happened to be looking out when I was at the hospital. I just happened to be looking at the TV, and the Tupac movie was on.
Right.
And a Finney was giving him some advice, and she told him, because they had seen something about him on TV, and she said, they're going to come after you. And she said, they're going to give you everything you need to kill yourself. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's just what you're talking about.
Oh no, look, every, here's the good thing about it. Is Allah is al-Ghafur Rahim, and Allah is your protector. They don't understand that because they don't believe it. They don't believe in Allah. So when they see this, they get, but that's the kind of way it's going to have a lot to do with bringing, I believe, with Allah's help, that we're going to be instrumental in bringing the world to a better place. And when the FBI was leaving, that's when I was Boy, the white man had me hurt bad. Trying to make me think I'm not going to be around 30 or 35 years. You know, I feel like that now, but I didn't feel like that. I knew that. When I told her, I said, no, I'm going to be here another 30, 35 years. I'll just tell them, all this crap y'all doing, I already know. You can do it for a week or two, then you got to change. I said, I already know your schedule. You know, you can't keep me, you know, because what some of the reasons we talked about yesterday, if they keep you in serious pain for over a few days, you start adjusting to it. And then pretty soon, you on the roll, you know what I mean? You have rose to that level of pain. You can deal with that pain. That means they didn't help build you. Or you can be itching so bad and still sitting right here talking. Why? Because they gave you the white man's itch. And you kept training yourself, and pretty soon, bam, there you are. You know, so they can only introduce things in measured terms, or you will adjust, like the old Clausewitz said, and don't talking about attacking your enemy, don't
Or he'll get used to you.
yeah, he'll come show you tactics. Yeah, he'll get used to your tactics. Everybody knew it's a rule. So, dear believers, I'm just going to close with this, but there's one thing there's unexpected freedom and liberation. Message of love, mission of love, alternative resistance. Thank Allah for the time to develop. The white man couldn't help it, as he wouldn't have did it, but gave us time to evolve. Actually, I just believe that this evolution was for this assignment. And so that's where we, are there any questions, are there any comments about anything that was said? Okay, so I just close with, personally, I'm free. My behavior is free. Free from self-image psychology, low self-esteem, peer pressure. Free from society's expectations. It's not that we don't care what people think, but it's almost, you would think that's what we feel. You know, we just don't care. We actually believe all those writings in the Quran, and we're going to try to institute them. And that's where our organization is right now. And we hope everyone take this seriously. And if you ever wanted to get in on the ground floor, this is it. This is it. I would say this, I don't believe you'll ever get an offer that good. Like we always say, that don't mean you're going to live a long time, and that don't mean nothing like that, but it does mean that you get a chance to play a part, to be on so far the winning team. Are we the winning team, or is Boss Man the winning team? Look at Boss Man. Where's Boss Man? I'm going to just be quiet. So we thank all of y'all very much. And inshallah, we'll come back. The way we're going to do is Tuesday, Thursday, Juma on Friday. Juma will be still a spiritual message. It was an emergency last week where we mixed a little bit with the last two. There was a little mixture, but not too bad. Just a religious thing. Because Friday we want to keep it. But that spiritual message about Allah, who Allah is, and all that, that's mind-boggling. Yeah, I mean, that's actually deep. You said, good God Almighty, that's real. Yes, it is. Okay, so if there's no questions, if there's no comments, then we'll close. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi. So, again.